Have another beer, buddy.
Chatty chat. I think that they probably said that being shorter is advantageous.
Well, they need to teach me then. There you go. So we had to poke a little fun at him. Call you Ginger Swag.
Yeah. If you weren't bowlers, what would you have liked to have done instead? Anything else. Literally anything else.
That's a great answer.
The horse is so dead that it's on some kid's school project on a landfill already.
And there you have
that one before.
No. We'll talk about that one.
Terrible idea.
What's up? What in the world is that? Great. Oh, it's Great Lakes brand, huh? That's cool. Yeah. That's a pretty freaking cool can, actually. Anyways, welcome to a special edition of the Breakdown Pair, episode number 63.
Sounds good.
We finally decided to go ahead and do a show back-to-back weeks because, well, we've got some fireworks.
Yeah. There's something to talk about, and it was going to be weird because next Monday's Memorial Day. Yep. We got a tournament and whatever else, and then the following Monday we're still going to be gone in Springfield, Branson.
Yep.
And so it was going to be a couple weeks before we did a show anyway, and so we figured this was the perfect opportunity / excuse to talk about some heck.
To drink beer and talk, yeah.
Also that.
We're not good at that at all.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Starting off with Adam or Joe were watching. They brought this back from Great Lakes Brewing Company. Nosferatu Imperial Red IPA. I really like this stuff.
And if you haven't seen it real close yet, but that can is pretty freaking cool. I must say.
Yeah.
Pretty freaking cool. If you're into the cans, I guess.
Yeah.
Great Lakes is solid. Yes, they do make pretty good beer. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. Luke's been chomping at the bit, ready to talk about this topic, I'm sure.
Oh, man.
Those that don't follow him on social media, he definitely has had some things to say, and he's going to say some more tonight.
Yeah.
So let's have some fun, shall we?
Yeah. Let me catch up here. Yeah, the USBC is starting to make Uncle Sam look like the poster boy for transparency and accountability. Of course, at the same time, Uncle Sam's motto isn't integrity. Integrity for the sport or whatever.
That's fair.
Oh, I can also talk about the new summit if I'm asked questions. I can't volunteer any information, but if you ask me questions, I've been told that I can answer questions that are asked. So
really? Is that new?
No, that's not a new thing. It's just I didn't want to deal with it before.
Makes sense.
But,
Understood.
No, they told me if I'm asked questions, I can answer them. I just can't advertise. So I'm not going to advertise. I'll just, put that out there.
Wink, wink.
Mm-hmm. Is the new AI outer core in the new summits their version of dynamic core? No. It is. I think it's meant solely to drop the RG. It is supposed to help out with the core dynamics.
Okay.
It's because it's the same shape of core that they had in the Sonic. It's a triple HD, but adding that outer core made the numbers stronger. It made the core stronger.
It's a good looking ball.
And I don't know. People swear the dynamic core works, but USBC has a limit on coefficient of restitution. So there's a limit to how hard you can make a bowling ball hit. So.
I've never noticed anything special about dynamic core.
It's.
I think it's just a marketing play.
It's mostly marketing. It's the same thing like the quantums were supposed to hit harder or whatever else too. So
HK22 is the only thing I know that's from them that's a hit. So
this is a good point to make though. Steve G does note this is a very big thing for Storm. Normally, the differences between 14 and 15 pounds are completely crazy different.
Yep.
Like the phase 2. In 15 pounds is 248.051 or something, and in 14 pounds at 254.049 or something.
Really?
I mean, it's
a totally different bowling ball.
Yeah, that's what it's basically a different. I mean, it's not. I mean, yes, but no, but yes.
Yes. Chris, yes, I saw the email. We can, if we got some time, we can touch on that for you. He sent us an email a little bit ago, actually.
Oh, okay.
about reading lane graphs.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Say whatever you want because Chad Murphy can't find you because you're a female. You're not because you weren't a female bowling in Vegas.
But
Yeah, finally catching one live. Nice to see you, Tej. Yes, everyone hit the like button
Yeah, smash that button. If you're just joining, make sure you smash that button.
and send us money.
Yeah, there you go. We're not too proud to
I
beg.
don't care. I don't care anymore. Yeah, I hear Chad Murphy's a really nice guy. Nice, however, doesn't translate to being able to competently run a national organization. He is a pretty nice guy. I can confirm that he is a nice person. Waz would say the same thing because I guess he got to talk to him a little bit while he was helping in Vegas a couple of years ago for nationals. He does seem like a nice guy. But yes,
Never had the chance to meet him.
yeah.
Oh my God. USBC and Chad are the big gulps from Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
Big gulps, huh?
All right. Well, see you later.
Evening, Justin.
Is it fair to assess that right or wrong USBC doesn't have to be a butt face about it every blooming time? Yeah.
Excuse me. Sorry.
TX23 a stronger P2 cover? Yes, it is. TX23 is an update of TX16. They do have the ball on the website now, so if you want to go look at the information, that's up there too.
The Summit?
Yep.
Cool. Colorado Springs checking in. What's up?
So what are the details of your prediction of what the Summit will compare to? I think that Soren actually hit on it and said it's going to be somewhat like a supersonic. I hope that it doesn't suck.
The ball's terrible.
Yeah, I know.
Huh.
I think it is going to, it's the 246, 056, super chunky core, and then they said that this is the strongest symmetric ball that they've ever put out.
Okay.
And considering stuff like the supersonic and the Axiom existed.
So it is a solid ball. I haven't looked at a ton at it, so I just saw pictures.
No, it's a hybrid.
It is a hybrid.
Hybrid comes at 3,000. So I'm going to say it's going to be. I think it's actually going to react a lot like the Insight.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the Insight was a little bit weaker on the RG and diff, but it was a mild ASIM. The cover, I think, is a little bit cleaner. So if anything, this might be a slower version of the Insight.
I was going to say, is it supposed to be pretty flippy?
No.
So it's going to be controllable?
Yeah, it's going to be pretty controllable. I think it's, I haven't thrown it yet, don't have it yet. So I don't know, and they don't want me to speculate, so I won't speculate officially.
Don't want you to speculate.
Yeah,
you can read the numbers and have an idea.
So
I haven't even looked
I
at
just
it
put a
yet, so.
disclaimer down here. I haven't thrown it yet, so I don't know. So this is just a guess. But I think it's going to be like probably a little bit stronger, earlier, smoother Insight, if I had to guess.
Cool.
Insert pros should be able to adjust to any condition comment here. Exactly. There's reactions to this are all over the place, or like how you would handle it. But the one thing that people agree on is that there was a problem.
Oh, no, there's a problem.
Like, it's so obvious that literally everybody agrees. It's like, oh yeah, there's something wrong with that. There's definitely something up. USBC is the only group or person or whatever else that's saying, oh no, everything was fine. Literally 100% of everybody else agrees there was a problem. They all disagree on how it should have been handled, or whether the women should have just sucked it up. Or
it was obvious, right? It doesn't take an idiot to see that.
Yeah, I was going to try to find some of those. There were some videos on Facebook. I was going to try to pull that up. So
the Gigi Mason video was telling, right?
Yeah,
you could chalk it up to, well, maybe they're just fried. Well, the one that the lefty female bull.
Yeah, where she came over. It's totally different from the people that started on those pairs.
Yeah,
because then they have 10 minutes of practice, 10, 15 minutes, however many minutes of practice they get to figure it out what they were going to do. Instead, if you're coming over from a different part of the center, and you're like that lefty, and the first shot picks off the 10 pin,
your exact words are going to be, "Holy shit!"
Yeah. And then you have that's the first frame. If you're starting your first frame on that lane, you have 5 more shots to figure it out, because you had the fill ball in the first frame, then you have the 3rd frame, 5th frame, 7th frame, and 9th frame to figure it out and try to make it and try to put something together.
Right then and there, the tournament should have been stopped.
On a complete dry.
They should have seen it on first part of practice. I mean,
They did.
they shouldn't have
And-
bowled. They should have said, no, this
Yeah.
you can't do this.
They were told by USBC officials that they ran the tapes and
Yeah,
they
sure
looked
did.
and everything's fine.
They must not have ran 38-41.
Yeah. Well, the Jerry Kessler, JK Jerry Kessler, I've been chatting with him a little bit, and he said that he's got a flex too, and he said that there is a problem that he's run into where the squeegee, I guess, doesn't go down, and so it just the cleaner mixes up with the oil or something, and it basically. Let me see if I can. This stupid ass. Google crap.
It basically doesn't. There's pictures.
Yeah, he said the squeegee blades didn't adequately seal. If the cleaners are picked up by the blades in the tank, it attacks the oil and leaves a very dry and spotty lane. I mean, that's part of what the cleaner does. Is it's supposed to get the oil off, and so it
left it
attacks the
spotty.
oil and leaves a very dry and spotty lane. So,
yeah, that I don't know. That all I know is something was wrong. They should have admitted to that it was wrong.
I'm gonna try to find one of these. These videos should be all
Like-
over the place.
Oh yeah, they are. I just don't understand how they can look at that and see. It's, at some point in time, you just have to admit defeat and say, "Look, there's an issue. We made a mistake."
Yeah.
But they're not going to do that. It's frustrating.
Yeah, and see, that's the real problem, and that's the biggest concern, because ultimately you have stuff like so because Gigi was the first one to say something about it.
Yes.
Because she's throwing her mix, or she's throwing her ice from fifth arrow.
Yep.
And it's playing like fifth arrow to 10, and it's actually
Oh no, it was shaping.
Yeah, it was shaping and coming back. And she put something on social media. It's like, I don't know what the hell we're bowling on, but I did this and whatever. This was this for the day. She was the first one to say something about it.
And I'm curious what their reaction was when the first time she said something to him, like, "Oh no, it was done right."
Yeah.
There's no way. I'm sorry. There's just no way. And it's, in my opinion, you can call me crazy, but I think that USBC should admit a defeat, and people should have been awarded their entries back. I mean, I know why they won't, but yes.
She posted that later.
Weren't they issuing fines as well?
They were, because the women just for Gigi putting that video out, she got fined. Elise Bolton got fined because they made a video. Her and Nate have a
I
channel.
saw the video. I didn't, not to knock
And
them.
she
I didn't think it was very informative.
All the information was at the very end of the video anyway. So,
But yes, they made it. I didn't know that they got fined. Technically,
Yeah.
can't we get fined talking about it?
yeah. We could get fined to get our USBC memberships revoked. That'd be a little bit. That'd be they'd have some problems if they tried to do that.
No, yeah, they would. But it's just they are. I'm trying to think of the best way to explain it. The fines being issued, they I don't know. Without saying something wrong, I'm not going to say it, but I don't know. The fact that they're handing out fines and everything else over this, it's mind-boggling. I mean, I get it that that's technically, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not damaging to the USB. Oh, here's that video. Not damaging to the USBC, but it's, I don't know. It sheds a negative light on it, I guess.
Yeah, let me share my screen. So here's what
Heck?
here's Gigi's video of what happened on one of these lanes. I mean,
Play it again, yeah.
yeah. So I mean, this is an ice that she's dead handing
God, the thing hit like a wet
and
noodle.
striking. Yeah. But she's striking with it and shaping it. I mean, because that ball gets right at 15. That's probably 13. So she's playing fifth arrow to 13 with an ice. And you're telling me that if you've watched any of the rest of the Queens, they're all playing straight up the ditch because it's 45 feet long and 28 mils.
Yeah.
You're telling me that an ice is going to do that on. Okay, so that's one of them.
The other one's the other one's the one with Missy Parkin on the left, right?
Yeah,
It almost falls over.
Well, yeah, and you can see Missy Parkin on a oiled lane that's just kind of putting it down the side.
Yeah.
And then you can see the lefty that shows up on the other side. And so I guess the other thing that I was going to say is there's, I guess what happened to some people were making the argument because it's such a tough condition
Mhm.
and there's so many low scores. There's so many scores in the 150s, 160s anyway.
Oh yeah.
I guess Gigi shot 130 something on her first game on the fresh following squad. She actually bowled better on this pair where she was throwing the ice from fifth
Yeah.
arrow. And so there are some people that are saying, oh, you run into bad pairs, everyone, the typical blowhard bullshit that, that they'd throw a fit if it happened to them in a $40 sweeper or something, let alone paying a couple $1,000s to fly halfway across the country to go bowl
not to mention
a major at the very top of the sport.
Yeah, I mean, these ladies are paying $500 a piece just to bowl.
Yeah.
And it's just mind-boggling to me. It really is. I don't understand the hiding behind it, and
It's loud.
there it is.
Yeah.
Not to mention Missy Parkin almost falls over there.
Yeah. Notifications. Nope. No, thank you. Share screen. Here we go.
There we go. All right.
Yeah, so Missy Parkins there. Watch the lefty. Just moved to the pair. And goodbye.
That's when, like I said,
Barely picks off the 10 pin.
Yes.
So I mean, she's just lying, and she was moving to this pair, and so
The fact of
I think she's actually bowling match play right now too.
Who is?
She made
the lefty.
This is the other thing is she beat Taylor Boltice earlier today in the she won 3-4 matches in the winners bracket. Goodbye.
That's just insane. It's not like she's missing it right. She's laying it up the gutter.
That's completely normal on a.
That's normal. Nothing to see here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess the guy, Tobias says in here, I guess the guys from Sweep the Rack said they talked to Chad and he said it was a topography issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lane had to be like this. Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, it was a topography issue, but after they oiled the lanes, they haven't had another problem since they oiled the lanes again. Topography issue, but re-oiling the lanes helped.
And it was fine.
Completely changed it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there was no complaints on qualifying Friday or Saturday. So the topography issue was magically fixed by oiling the lanes again.
Well, if the topography was that bad, that means that lane, especially the one where the lefty went chopped off the 10, it had been sideways.
Yeah. Yeah, with all that oil on it still.
Yes. I mean, that's the crazy thing is
somebody actually showed this. Somebody actually showed the topography, by the way, and the lane that was supposed to be the 38, the lane that was hooking off the planet, should have actually been hooking less than the other lane because the topography was more. The slope was different or whatever.
Yeah, it didn't add up to what Chad was saying.
Yeah, so that lane, that 38 should have been hooking less than 37.
Yes.
So yeah, it didn't.
It's unbelievable. I can't wrap my brain around the fact that they hide from it, and then they make excuses.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously there was something wrong.
Yeah.
At what point in time do you, like I said, you just admit it and just say, hey, there's a problem. There was an issue. We'll find a way to make sure everybody hits this lane or something.
Mm-hmm.
You can keep rolling with it, but you make sure that everybody hits it in a fair manner.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I can think of.
And see, the yin and the yang here too is that the scores were already so low that I think they did some numbers and like the average of the scores for both the qualifying first day was like 187, and the averages on those pairs were 170-ish or something. So it's still almost a 20 pin difference.
Oh yeah, and there was official protests filed, right?
Well, I don't think so yet because again, the ones that said stuff, Gigi and whoever I think the lefty was, and then Elise got fined, and the people that started complaining got issued fines. And so there were ones that were going to file protests, but they're scared of also getting fined, and so they're not going to put in protest because they're scared of getting fined for just filing a protest.
Yeah. the right thing to do would be to file the official protest and just stick with it. If you're unhappy about it, do it.
Well, see, this is the unfortunate situation. People have been talking like if it happened on the guys' tour, they'd have stopped bowling. I mean, they'd have just refused to bowl. And
they wouldn't have done it.
And they wouldn't have cared about fines, suspensions, whatever else. They would have absolutely just lost their shit about it.
No, yeah, they wouldn't have bowled. No, there's no way in hell they would have bowled.
For the women, USBC owns the PWBA, and so the PBA, is separate from the USBC. So the USBC owning the PBA or the PWBA is a little different story.
Yes.
Also, it's the very beginning of the season. It's the first day of the first major tournament of the season.
Yes.
And they've got to be thinking, okay, this is the very start of the year. We're already not making any money doing this. Yes. I don't want to risk getting fined. I don't want to get banned. I don't want to get suspended for the rest of the season.
Yep.
They're just checking down the list of all this stuff.
It's understandable.
The PBA, if they'd have said something, somebody would have gone down and looked and was like, oh, yeah, that's screwed up. We'll get that fixed.
It's weird to say anything, but the PBA would have made it right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's our opinion, at least, I think. But
yeah, that's everybody's opinion, realistically, because that's what I talked to Alex George at the wedding on Saturday. He's like, oh, yeah, the guys wouldn't have bowled.
No.
They would have, even if it was withdrawing or whatever to make a stand, make a point, whatever else. But he's like, they wouldn't have had to do that because it would have gotten fixed for them right away.
What would you have done?
I'm in the middle because I'm not one of those people to really just make a scene about something. But at the same time, that's really bad, especially for a major tournament. It's not, and this is, again, it's not like hitting, whenever we go to Olathe, you hit 3 and 4 or 7 and 8. 3 and 4, 7 and 8, 5 and 6, whatever else, any of those pairs, you're just praying to get off of those pairs with 180 or 200.
Oh yeah.
Even if you're scoring, shooting 220, 230 the rest of the time.
Yep.
Those pairs are just awful. The racks are terrible, whatever else. You just want to get off those pairs. So it's not uncommon to find bad pairs while bowling. What is a different story is bowling on a lane that has no oil on it at all. I think the one saving grace is that it is the Queens, and the scoring pace was already low, so it kind of masks it a little bit. I mean, if the scoring pace was everybody shooting 220s the rest of the center, and then all of a sudden they hit this pair and it's 150s and 160s, then if the scoring pace is like 40 or 50 pins different on that one on those couple pairs, that's a different story.
See, I think if like what you just said, if that would have happened, this whole situation would have had an even bigger magnifying glass on it, and I'm curious what they would have done reaction-wise, not the players, but the USBC in general, what they would have done should it have been something like that. Because they would have had a choice. I think they looked at it as, we can get away with it. The scoring pace is already low, like you said.
I think that's...
And we'll just cover our asses by saying, blah. This is what we said. So
it's both a good thing and a bad thing, because I think either way, USBC would have tried to cover it up. They still would have done the same exact thing. Oh no, nothing. Everything was fine. There's no problem. Whatever else. They would have had a harder time covering it up. But this situation right now seems impossible to cover up. I mean, watching those two videos, it's like there's obviously something wrong. Anybody with eyeballs can tell that there's something wrong. Everybody but USBC is like, oh yeah, there's something wrong.
A non-bowler can see that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But they're trying to cover it up anyway.
Yeah.
And that's what the real problem, because thankfully enough, the scoring pace was low enough that it's like, okay, so maybe you drop 20, 30 pins. That could have been the difference between people missing match play. However, there's some people that bowled on those pairs that made it into match play, or made it into the bracket.
Yep.
So that's where it gets a little dicey. But you do have some people saying, oh, you just got to suck it up and figure it out. And I'm like, well, it's kind of impossible. However, they bowled like 15, 18 games of qualifying or something like that. I think it was a 5-game block every day.
Yeah,
they bowled 2 fresh squads, 1 burn squad. Yep. And I mean,
it's the Queens, not the Peterson.
Yeah.
Sorry. If you want to bowl and stuff like that, you don't bowl the Queens. Well, we can't bowl the Queens anyways, but you go bowl Peterson in Chicago or wherever it's at now. It's not Chicago anymore, is it? It used to be Chicago area.
Yeah.
Is it still out there? Just curious.
I think so.
Which is something we need to bowl, by the way.
Yeah, that would be fun.
It is a lot of fun. I've done it a couple times. It's just been a long time. It'll make you mad. But
I'll catch this question really quick.
Yeah, a couple in here. Go for it.
Do you resurface every ball that you shot in your videos, and all of them are 1K with step 2? That's what I do. Angel does 1K with reactive scuff, and James kind of is all over the place. Depends on what he wants for the ball. But yes, we resurface now. After all the issues we've had, we resurface every ball before we even throw it now. Otherwise, it's just a waste of time.
There you have it. There's a few in here.
Doesn't take an idiot, but it does take USBC.
That's good.
Yeah, and this is another thing, is I'm surprised that this stuff is still up on Bowl TV, because they streamed all of it.
Yeah.
So you should be able to go to Bowl TV, and I haven't done this yet. You should be able to go to Bowl TV and watch all this stuff. Bowl TV archive, day 1, squad A. Sidney Brummett was putting shots on the 37, but barely getting the 7 pin on 38. Yeah.
Yikes. Absolute yikes. I know I'd have turned around and been like, what?
Wonder if Luis knows anything. I know all Luis knows at this point.
I don't think you should know. You
About the
anything,
whole-
really?
Yeah. Yeah, we all have the same information now, so. Yeah.
There was a couple in there, so I thought.
Yep. USBC thinks its membership is stupid. That's what I have a problem with. And this is the real problem. It's not necessarily having, so a bad pair one day, you hit it, it sucks. You probably drop 20 or 30 pins, but maybe you get to another pair and you had a rough start, and then you finally found something, and then you get on this pair, and then, you don't know anything. Like I said, it's different between starting on that pair when you get into it in practice, and you can spend all that time figuring out a game plan.
Yeah.
If you come onto it blind, you're shooting 160.
It's another thing people got to remember, too. It's not like they're moving one pair to the right.
Yeah.
They may not
They're
be
bouncing all
anywhere
over the
near
place.
it. So,
yeah.
They
might get some intel from, a couple games go by, they'll probably get some intel from the
ball reps.
from the reps.
Yeah. Your beer just got thicker, unless I'm crazy.
Yeah. There was read the tape was the day before, not the problem day. There was some tape data from the problem day, but only at 15 feet. So they ran tapes on several different lanes, but they only provided the tape from 15 feet for one of these problem lanes. But then they showed the following day, after they'd run the lanes, the 15 and 42 foot tapes, and said, see, everything's fine. It's like, okay, so the correct pattern is entered. They run the tapes to make sure that the correct pattern is entered into the machine and the correct pattern is being laid down. But if the machine malfunctions, like Jerry Kessler is suggesting it did, they're not going to know that.
Right.
But so why only show the 15-foot tapes from the day in question and then show other tapes from the following day after they'd already run the lanes again? What does that have to?
It's a great question. I don't know if we're ever going to find the answer to it. But does anything they ever do make sense? I mean, honestly.
No. Well, and this is after all the persecution that the USBC has really brought upon themselves in the last couple of years. This was a perfect opportunity for a problem that's really not that big of a deal. Ultimately, something that could have been handled fairly simply, easily, I think, for them to actually mend some things, build a bridge, whatever else. And instead, they went off the cliff. They just drove this off the cliff. And it's not necessarily that, so a handful of people in each squad hit these bad pairs and probably cost them 20, 30, 40 pins, that one game out of the 15 or however many they bowled, on a condition that was already super tough anyway. There were people shooting 150s on the fresh lanes, 150s, 160s. So if you get to that pair and you shoot another 150 in the block, it's like, whatever.
Yeah.
Ultimately, realistically speaking, it's not, again, like the scoring pace is 220 or something.
Yeah.
The scoring pace was already fairly low.
And they made a little extra money by collecting money on fines.
Yeah.
So rich get richer.
And see, that's the other thing, is that because the scoring pace was so low, it would have been so much easier for them to fix it too.
Oh yeah.
Either they award some bonus pins based on the scoring difference between the squads, or they have them bowl, like say that you hit one of those pairs on the fresh squad. Yeah. There's another fresh squad, the next squad. So you can offer. It's like, okay, you can keep your score, or once your next fresh squad is over, you bowl an extra game and take that on that pair and take that score.
Yeah.
But there were 2 fresh. If you hit it on the burn squad, there was only 1 burn squad. So that's one of those things to say, oh, somebody should do something, and a whole different thing trying to figure out actually what is fair to both the affected people and the rest of the rest of the field to figure out some kind of fair solution.
Do they use the whole center?
I'm not sure.
Why not just take the pair out of play, or the 2 pairs?
And see, that would be the other thing is, just take those pairs out of play. But then that would also feed into the idea that would almost be them admitting that there was something wrong. I'm
sorry, grow up.
Yeah, I know.
It's just the premier event for your tour.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't you want it?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me. I mean, because it is their tour.
Yeah. I mean, and this is the thing. As simply as this could have been fixed, and as much goodwill as USBC could have built up from it off of a realistically small situation, just said, yeah, we know that there was a problem. We don't know what caused the problem. Most likely a machine malfunction. They could have just said, yes, okay, so the machine malfunction on these couple lanes, and we got it fixed for the rest of the days of competition. We'll be figuring out a solution, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
They could have you would have seen totally different things in the comments going like, oh, wow, USBC admitted something and they're actually going to fix it. Okay. We can golf clap for that.
You know what? It might actually be a positive thing for them.
Mm-hmm.
People might actually go, you know what? Holy crap. They actually do give crap.
Well, and that's the thing. It was relatively as small of a situation as it was. It would have been more to the positive instead of like, oh, USBC is just covering their ass now from another giant screw up.
Yep.
Small enough of a situation, especially something that's beyond their control, like a machine malfunction. Just say, yeah, unfortunately, the machine malfunction. We're taking steps to rectify this and whatever else. So something that wasn't their fault. So I don't see any negative out of it. If they come out and admit it and say, hey, yeah, we're going to fix this. There's no negative there at all because the machine malfunction it's just out of control. All right, let's see here.
It's actually like Colin just said. It's accurate. It's not even the fact that they messed up the lanes. It's just how dismissive and defensive they got.
Yeah.
It's
it's
unbelievable. It really is.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to pull up that post and read that post.
It really is unbelievable.
So we've talked about everything that's gone on. I'm going to read their post here in a second as soon as we get a refill. This is Fatheads Brewery.
Fatheads, huh?
Yeah, Fatheads.
That's a pretty cool can too.
Middleburg Heights, Ohio. Groovy Juice. Hazy India Pale Ale.
JG, can you guys keep this up for 2 hours and 40 minutes? They just
Heck
told me
yeah.
I have to drive my wife to my friend's wife, Dula. I can't come up, so I got a long ride home. We'll try as long as we can.
Yeah, buddy. I've got the fridge stocked, so.
What was these lanes like during the practice sessions during the warm-up before they started playing? Well, they actually had oil on them those days.
Yeah, for the practice sessions, they were fine.
Boom.
For the practice session, they were fine. It's just that one specific day, the machine malfunction, that most likely, that's the most plausible explanation. Machine malfunction on those couple lanes. The squeegee got stuck or something. It didn't, get the cleaner off the lane or something.
We did not watch the PBA. At least I didn't. I was at a wedding, and he was at a wedding as well. So
I did. I can talk about it, but it did.
This is so much more fun to talk about.
Both days were kind of boring for.
That's what I understood. I heard it's not good.
It just Saturday, I guess they all bowled individually, just by themselves.
Why?
Just qualifying for the seed for the.
Why wouldn't they all bowl at the same time?
I don't know. They just apparently. I didn't see that show, but they apparently, because we were at the wedding, they just all bowled by themselves. They just made a 2-hour show out of. Kevin's going to bowl this game by himself, and now Simo's going to bowl this game by himself, and that was, I guess, the seeding for the step ladder.
Did they feature them individually, maybe?
Yeah, they did. Well, they did, but it's just boring watching one person bowl a game that has no real meaning outside of seeding for the next day.
That would suck.
Yeah, it's
Ugh.
just one person bowling a game, and then one more person bowling a game, and then one more person bowling a game.
I mean, we like bowling, but that's dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
And then the step ladder was so high, so ridiculously high scoring
shocker.
that it was like one of those arena finals from the early 2000s,
Yeah,
where every game was like if you shot 260, you lost.
Yeah, you had to win a major just to get there. Why not make it hard?
Yeah, that type of a.
Didn't somebody, by the way, back to the tournament itself? Didn't somebody go up and say something in protest during warm-ups?
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
Yeah, and that's what. Yeah, people were saying stuff. They just got shut down. They told, "Oh no, everything's fine. We did the tapes." And
I know the ladies here are. I wouldn't say scared.
mm-hmm.
I know that the women's tour, as an example, was gone for a long time, right? The USBC revived it, brought it back, and it's turned it into what it is today. So I can understand the reservation of not wanting to say anything, but a lot of these ladies that are bowling now obviously weren't around when there was no tour.
Yeah,
because a lot of them are, some of them, or most of them are younger.
Yeah, most of them, they bowled high school, college, and then the tours here, and so everything's been normal.
Oh yeah, it's great for them. But they had the couple years during COVID where they had no bowling at all. They had to bowl. That's where they had to have the women on the PBA league and all that stuff. It was a league, right? Yeah, it was the PBA league. So I can see the reservations on wanting to say something. I really can. Afraid that they'll overreact to them. I don't know. I just I can see it, but at the same time, if you've got to stand your ground too.
Yeah. At this point, I think that there's going to be casualties. There's just going to be somebody is going to take a bullet. I mean, not literally. Don't report me. Somebody's going to have to take a fall.
You already killed Betty White.
Yeah. Dang, man. But I think in this situation, I think the bigger picture is that if this is USBC's MO, which it has been for years now,
right?
How do you stop? Where does it stop? How do you stop them? What? I mean, if this small of a situation, if they puff up and shut everybody down and quiet everybody up and fine everybody to keep their mouths shut over a couple of lanes, over the machine malfunctioning on a couple lanes, if they're going to do this in this situation, then what's the bigger picture?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. There still is a handful of the ladies that bowled the old tour. Like Liz, the lady that won the tournament champions, Kelly Kulick.
Kelly, yeah.
Obviously, she bowled the older tour, didn't she?
Yeah.
She's old enough that she bowled the older tour. I'm sure O'Keefe did.
Oh well, no. So Kelly bowled like a few tournaments before the tour shut down, because I think there were several of them that either bowled half a year or were getting ready to come out of college and start bowling. I think Kelly actually did bowl a couple of the tournaments right before the tour shut down.
Obviously, Carolyn bowled.
Yeah.
What about O'Keefe? Was she old enough?
No, I don't think so.
She was a big prominent member of Team USA. I know that because they used to have her face plastered all over at nationals and USBC events. So. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh yeah, some of these are gold. When your ice moves like your gym. This is the other thing that people are talking about. They're saying, yeah, just wait. The ice is going to get banned next because it's obviously too soft. It's hooking off the lane. So, yeah.
It's the new purple hammer.
Soaked in acetone.
The new perp.
Yeah, the lefty video clearly shows the right turn to the 10 pin after 15 feet. Yeah, the ball starts hooking, and then, 30 feet, it just absolutely duck hooks right off the lane.
Other than the Peterson, I've never seen a plastic ball hook that much.
Yeah, well, and the lefty in question, I was watching her bowl today, and she was playing straight up like 5-6.
Yeah.
And just walking it down. And it's the same shot she threw in that video. It was the same shot she probably threw for the rest of the qualifying. And, it just got the 10 pin instead of, just kind of settling into the pocket.
My reaction would have been, holy crap. What just happened? That would have been, I don't know. Sweet. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, claimed it was topography. That's hilarious.
That's the one that gets me the most.
Yeah, Sweep the Rack had a show last night, too, that you all might want to check out if you want to see a different take on it or maybe some different information. Those guys might have talked to some different people and might have something different to say about it. And they're definitely going to be entertaining saying it.
Yeah.
So
we've talked to a few people. Obviously, we don't really have a lot of inside information. I mean, if we could dig, if we really wanted to get into it, but we more so wanted to debate it ourselves and kind of just talk about it and kind of give you our thoughts all overall instead of, calling in and calling Chad and everything. But just giving you our overall thoughts of it, and it's crap. It really is.
Yeah, I should do that. Sounds like work, though. I could make that into a bowling pin or something.
It does sound like work, actually.
Yeah, as a lefty, I see that in practice. I'm packing up and demanding my money back. Yeah, this is the thing is that.
Oh yeah.
In a regular situation, and I think it's one of those things. If the stakes were lower, like if it's a sweeper, if it's a local $40 sweeper or whatever,
yeah,
that's a whole lot easier to do and say, oh yeah, just. And if somebody said, oh no, they're fine, whatever else, is like, well, just give me my money back. I'm out of here.
Yep.
But when you're bowling, it's the first day of the Queens. You're already there. You've already bowled the practice session. You've already got your hotel reservations. You've already got your flights figured out. You've already got whatever else. Not exactly, and you pay. You're not getting a refund. You're just withdrawing.
Yeah.
At that point, that's what that is.
But that's the stand you almost have to take.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. I think that. Again, there's going to be casualties.
Oh yeah, there will be.
There is going to be a situation where it's going to come to a head.
Yeah.
And USBC has already done some super dirty stuff.
I mean, the ladies are just unfortunate that they're strapped under the USBC, and they have done some good things for the women's tour, like we talked about, but they handcuff themselves being with the USBC. I feel like they don't have like a players committee and all that stuff. I don't think they may. I'm not sure, but I don't like the PBA. They have a players committee.
Yeah.
So the only way it's going to happen is like you said, is if they kind of band together, and somebody has to be the big person and put their foot down and stand up against the bully.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah, this is another point that we were talking about a few minutes ago. If it was topography, it would have played that way the other days too. Exactly.
Yep.
This is another one of those things where they know that there's a problem. They know that they know that there's a problem.
Yeah.
Probably 99% certainly know what the problem is, but they're just covering it up. And that seems to be the norm for things anymore.
I just don't understand why cover it up, though.
Yeah, I know. It's such a small, simple thing that
it doesn't make any sense. I'm a little guy, but I'm a firecracker sometimes. And if I would have seen something wrong, I would have said something.
one of the companies should release a ball called Integrity to troll USBC.
It wouldn't be
That'd be a sweet ass ball name, though.
It would be a sweet ass ball name, but
the Integrity.
I don't think you're going to get the USBC approved on that one.
Yeah, they told him he was full of crap. Yeah, I can see that. Those guys would.
I just don't understand. There's no players committee. There was a question in here that was asked a couple times real quick. I don't know if you saw it. It's actually related to topography since I was just asked. Then ask this again, but how can we scan topography but not verify the shot after the oil machine? I don't think there's a way, is there?
Taping the length, how they...
Yeah, taping the lanes is about it, yeah.
Yeah, but we don't have the 42-foot tape. We have the 15-foot tape. We don't have the 42-foot tape, conveniently.
Surprising. Oh, we had it from the other day.
Yeah, we had it from the next day. But conveniently, we just did. God, they just misplaced it, or something happened.
Something happened to it. I don't know where that went. What's up, Steven?
Don't call me Steven.
What else we got in here? I know there's more comments in here.
Yeah, formal protest is the thing that has me intrigued the most. Someone appears to be lying. Yeah, I mean, there were a lot of them that were going to put in protests, but they're afraid of being fined. So
that's what happened. The machine ate the 42-foot tape.
Yeah.
And yeah, they scared them off. Is what happened.
Mm-hmm.
So that's unfortunate.
Yeah, exactly. What if it happened at the Masters? It would have been
totally different.
Giant blow up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the guys wouldn't have cared.
The guys would have walked out. They'd have withdrawn.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is though, if the guys get banned by USBC, it's not that big of a deal because
they got the PBA.
Yeah, so they bowled the PBA, and that's kind of what they bowl for. It, suck not being able to bowl certain tournaments. like
Darn, I
nationals
can't-
and whatever
yeah.
else. But I mean, they're still making their, and there's plenty of tournaments out there, sweepers and whatever else that are unsanctioned.
And I was going to say, those guys
Like
don't even really need
Dave and Mike don't sanction their stuff.
They follow USBC rules, but they do
Yeah.
not sanction their tournaments.
But I mean, and I think that this is a big point to now. Before this, I would have still argued, like, look, USBC gets $15 a year. Yeah, there's nothing they can really do with that. But
And some of it, yeah.
if they also show that they mismanaged $15, why would you want to give them more?
What they do with
but
more.
I would still think that having a sanctioned average, having a rule set, having tournaments that you can go to that that people aren't going to just walk out with the money or whatever. Being sanctioned does guarantee you a lot of security.
Yes.
Several different directions. They bond the prize funds too. So if somebody walks out with the league prize fund at the end of the year,
the Wichita situation.
yeah, they will take care of that. There's several benefits, especially for $15. Like, come on, for $15 to sanction, there's a lot of security. There's a lot of whatever else, and they don't give awards out anymore. But you want keychains and magnets. You want keychains and fridge magnets, and you're mad.
The only thing I would like it if they would do rings again, even if they're cheap, which they got really, really, really cheap.
Yeah,
I thought USBC, when they took over from ABC and YABA and all them, I thought the rings were cool.
Yeah,
The big circle with the diamond in the middle. I thought those were pretty slick. And then obviously they just cheapened them up and got cheaper and cheaper and cheaper.
They look terrible.
And now they just look. But even that though, you know how much that means to somebody that did it for the first time?
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not going to want another one every time I do it.
Yeah.
But it.
It used to be fun to get the ring collection every year.
Oh yeah. Well, and somebody's going to get one, and they're going to cherish that thing like it's their damn high school ring.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah, more than that.
But it's cool though.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just my opinion.
But anyway, this would be the one reason to, get away from sanctioning or go with the PBA League Bowler. Currently, the PBA League Bowler certification, I guess currently it's only available at Bolero, but I think that this year, this upcoming year, I think it's open to everybody. They just put it out to Bolero bowlers first.
Doesn't the center have to be PBA certified for that though? Don't they have to have a certification as well?
I'm not sure. I don't know how that works. I haven't seen a rule set yet either for that. So I'm not entirely sure.
I mean, I'll sign up for it.
Yeah.
Why not?
The only thing is that if you still go to bigger tournaments, like Ozarks is still sanctioned.
Yep.
Tulsa is still sanctioned. Southwest is sanctioned. So if you don't get a USBC card, you can't bowl those tournaments.
Yep.
And if you don't have an average, you bowl. Of course, we're going to bowl scratch anyway, so it's not that big of a deal for us personally. For most people, it's going to be a problem. We couldn't bowl nationals. And not sanctioning throughout the year and then just buying a card to bowl these tournaments doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
I'm waiting to see how long it takes for these tournaments, though, to piggyback on that, too. Become USBC certified and PBA certified.
Yeah.
So you'll see people that do not want, USBC cards, but they have the PBA card,
And
not the PBA Pro cards.
They'll
But
count those. Yeah.
And so you might actually see tournaments grow.
Well, I think that's kind of what you got to do at this point, and USBC is in too big a trouble to be making these kinds of decisions right now.
Oh, they're in trouble.
Threat membership, especially with the PBA, another couple of years, and it's going to be right now. I don't think it's still not going to really hurt them that much because it's just, again, people are going to whine, they're going to complain, they're going to yell, but ultimately nothing's really going to happen because USBC still has a stranglehold on the.
Everybody's still going to buy their sanction card next year so that they can bowl at those Ozarks, they can bowl nationals. Guess what? You just gave them their money again.
I mean, I'm going to buy mine in August.
I'm buying mine too.
We got to do it to bowl leagues and bowl the tournaments and whatever else. So
I don't know. I just feel like they could. I don't know. But yes, we're all gonna still buy the cards.
Mm-hmm.
If it didn't come down to it and I didn't have to, I wouldn't buy the card. Now I'm hoping that I'm just gonna use Royal Crest as an example. I saw my hat in the camera or the computer. I'm kind of hoping that they'll do USBC and PBA. We can actually sign up for both.
Yeah, that would actually make a lot of sense. Well, I think tournaments are going to have to do that too because I think most of if you bowl in a Bolero, it's a PBA certified league bowler league.
Yeah, I think you're automatically you have to sign up for that too, don't you? Don't you technically then have to have both?
Yeah, if you bowl USBC leagues outside of that, but if you bowl at a Bolero league, you're PBA league certification. You're a PBA league bowler.
We don't have any around here, thank goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's one in.
Yeah, they just bulldoze them instead of.
Yeah. There's one in Overland Park, isn't college? Isn't it a Bolero Center? It's AMF, which is Bolero.
Yeah.
Oh no, it is Bolero now. They're changing the name. I saw something about that the other day. So it is a full blown Bolero Center now.
Oops.
But I don't know. I think you will see, as long as the PBA continues to put the effort and time into the certification that they started this year with with their national event and everything like that. Now, I think it's really going to grow. It really will grow. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of people are going to do it just to give the finger back to the USBC. And I think the PBA will need to capitalize on it. I think now's the time to really push the envelope, especially with all the heat that they're getting.
Yeah.
And no better time than the present, in my opinion. But
this stuff's different.
I don't know if I like that.
Yeah, juicy ASAP. Oh, so it's good. I poured a little heavy on my direction anyway, so.
That's not juicy.
Yeah.
Tastes like a bar of soap.
It is a little soapy.
Ugh.
Fragrant.
No.
It doesn't say what's in here, though.
Yeah,
It just says juicy ASAP.
Brent, that's right. There is a regional there in August at college. We won't be able to go because we'll be at I'll be at a bachelor party in Colorado. So I know Trevor's making me miss the regional, and I got to miss Swiss trios. I'm like, man, you are just
he just bungled everything.
I know.
Screwed up everything.
He's a pain in the ass.
Hey, thanks for the giant crowd that we have here. We appreciate it.
Sweet, yeah. Having a good time.
Like and donate.
Yeah, exactly. This is definitely one of our bigger shows so far. So
because everybody wants to hear the trash talking. So
everybody likes to hear us complain about the North Rock is Bolero. Yes, Jason.
Yep.
So is almost every center in Wichita now. But
how can we scan the surface for topography but can't have a second machine behind an oiler to verify the shot? Yeah, they do it by taking tapes, and it's basically just Scotch tape that picks up an inch wide section of oil, and they have a machine that reads the volume of the thickness of the oil on a piece of tape. So, but yeah, the topography machine is really cool. If they would, I'm sure that they could design some kind of machine that you could send down that's infrared or uses a laser or something to measure the oil thickness. And
don't you have a deal that can run tapes too? Don't you have a machine, or not a machine, but
they do kind of. Yeah,
I'm saying, don't you?
It's a contraption.
Don't you have one where you can run the tapes?
No, we have the lane certification equipment, but I did never tape a lane.
Really? See, I know I couldn't do it. It would take me a while. I've actually been trained how to do it, and I did do it a little bit when I helped out in Kansas City. This has been a long time ago when I helped out for the Greater Kansas City Bowling Association. But I'd go help out, and we'd run tapes, and then we'd also measure the flat gutters, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Back when we actually did that stuff.
Yeah. See, Angel and I were kind of in charge of lane certification in town here for a while, but we never ran tapes.
Really?
We did everything else, but we never ran tapes.
I am shocked that they never had you do that. Did you have to measure the flat gutters and all that?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Raise them flat gutters up.
Yeah. Raise them up, make them bouncy.
Well, with twister pins, can you imagine how much?
Yeah. So it's bad enough to deny the issue, but to find members into submission, how do bowlers or bowling industry companies even respond? Is the goal to take the sport in decline completely into the graveyard? Yes, this is the thing. Nobody could even say, they were fined before they could even file a protest. They were fined simply for saying, oh, God, this lane was the Gigi was just saying, I don't know what the hell these mofos had us bowling on, but it was crazy. And she got fined.
That's unbelievable.
Belmo got fined again for just questioning the why are they taking my ball behind the curtain or whatever else, because he put that out publicly and it made USBC look bad. He got fined.
Once again, for those that just joined us, they could actually fine us right now for bad-mouthing them.
Yeah. They could fine us, suspend us, ban us.
Yep.
Just for talking about it.
Are they going to? Highly unlikely. But who What?
Talk about.
I'm going to get a letter in the mail next week that says,
We're sorry, but
you're sorry, but here's $100 fine or whatever it is. I don't know how much
your
the
membership
fines
has been revoked permanently or your indefinite.
Problem is
suspension.
they do it right before we go to Springfield. Damn.
Yeah.
That'd be my luck. But yeah, they can, as long as you're a paid member, a part of the organization, you can be fined in any way. Talk about them. I told you, Colin said that earlier.
Yeah, it's about to come off because it just looks like I glued a bunch of dog hair to my face. The intended effect is not affecting, so I don't need to look any dumber.
Big gulps, huh?
Yeah. It's all next time. Next time I take a shower, this is all coming off. I'm gonna look like a baby. Now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get me a Top Gun mustache.
Oh,
I'm gonna shave everything else off. I'm gonna have me a Top Gun mustache.
Do it.
Just need some aviators. Angel's upstairs screaming right now.
I seen when we're getting ready to go to the wedding, we're at the casino/hotel, and I Paul and them come down. They said, "Oh, Haley and Amanda's hair is all done." They're like, "Oh, your hair looks real nice." I'm like, "Yeah, I even got my hair done for this."
Yeah,
that's how the occasion is. There you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looked just like Austin Bowles.
Yep. You know what? I wish I could wear a hat like him when he bowls. I really do, because
he's got that kind of propped up and kind of turned to the side. He's got a really weird.
No, he wears it just like this.
Yeah, he's got just a really interesting way he wears.
It's a good thing that he's got a no head bob when he lets go of the ball, because it would go flying off everything. He just wears it just like this.
I'd smack it off with my hand. Really.
I don't know how he does it. Just every time he bowls, he's my hero. I love it. All right, go ahead.
USBC actually does inspections on the lanes and hillside, so our membership isn't all for granted outside of these silly mistakes. Yeah, and this is another thing, is that people don't understand. They say, well, I pay $25 a year. It's like, well,
you also pay local
15 of that goes to USBC.
Yep.
The other 10 goes to your local association that takes care of all that stuff.
Yep.
It's a totally different story. And having been on the board for several years, it is a lot more work than people think it is. And if you want to know where your money goes, just go join the board, and you will think, dear God,
yep,
I'm doing all of this for $10 that I don't see a dime of. Yeah, okay.
Local doesn't do cert anymore. Yeah, nobody does. They do it nationally, which is stupid. They need to be certifying them, because that makes also bowling centers to be held accountable too.
Yeah, right now they can just put down whatever they want.
Yep.
And now they took away the minimum oil outside too. So, I mean, you can make a show. That's why, gauge. Yeah.
Good luck.
It's
almost impossible to throw a gutter there.
Yeah, you can't throw a gutter because the ball hits 4 and turns sideways.
It literally looks like Queens.
Yeah, literally looks like you kicked it, or like the gutter, like the bumpers are up or something. It hits the side.
It's almost physically impossible to gather. You can lay it on top of it. You can miss it there late. It doesn't matter. It's left or right side. It's gonna hook.
Yeah.
So
still agree it's a major issue, but wondering how does
I've done the impossible then.
Yeah.
I love you, buddy.
Yeah. How long does it take that kind of info to get through the house to the players with a turning like that? Not long, because especially if it starts in practice, you put the first ball down on one lane and everything looks fine. You put the ball down on the next lane, it screams sideways and goes in the gutter. That's 2 or 3 pairs on either side. Season hears about that instantly. And then you get the reps involved. And it's like, what the hell's going on here? And then they start talking to other reps. And then because they have to be on top of what's going on all these different lanes to help the players out.
Yep.
And so they're not thinking, then all of a sudden they're going around to their players saying, oh, when do you hit this pair?
Yeah.
When do you hit this pair?
Yep.
When do you hit, we've got problems. And so it's going to get around within the first two games, probably.
Yep.
It's in the whole building.
Part of me also kind of wonders why the ball reps themselves didn't say anything.
I think everybody did. That's the thing.
Ball reps even just say, they got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Say something.
Yeah. I would imagine that Matt McNeil was there. I would love to get.
He does the ball rep for the women, right?
Yeah. He used I guess they moved him now. He doesn't do it anymore.
He
was the lead for the tour rep, the tour reps on the women's tour, but now they've got him off doing something else. I remember one of the last bowler shows where we talked to him, they have him doing something else. So I don't know who's out. Well, I've seen Callahan out there a whole lot.
Isn't
Now that
Kelly Kulick one of them?
Well, now that the men's tour isn't going, I think that's how they keep those guys busy. They just, the men's tour is over. Let's just send them to the women's tour for the next 4 months. It keeps them with something to do.
For their 5 tournaments that they're going.
Yeah. So I'm sure, Sean Ryan.
No, not all competitors have reps, but if they're ball staff, they do, yes.
Yeah. If you're on staff, and the vast majority of them out there,
that bowl all the time have.
They're going to be. Jen Russo made it through a couple of the winners bracket. She made it a couple rounds.
She throws it pretty good.
Yeah. She bowled really well in this tournament so far.
But we kicked the girls' butts that one year.
Yeah.
We at least have that. Dang it.
They've done it to us a few times too, though.
Yes, they have.
It won't happen this year, though.
Guaranteed.
Thanks, Trevor.
Freaking Trevor.
Special dates and shit.
Yeah, I know, right?
God.
I can go into details of why they picked that date after we're done here.
Oh God.
Can't say it on here.
Well,
you can use your imagination.
No. What we need to do is whatever we get them for the wedding, we all need to get them strawberry pound cake candles.
Oh gosh, that's a great idea.
I know.
Oh my God.
We need to order them right now. No matter what else we get them, it needs to go with a strawberry pound cake candle.
Oh my God, that would be amazing.
Haley will murder people.
Oh yes. Yep. Okay, sorry. Go ahead. We're still hitting the comments here.
Anyhow, yeah.
We did hit our topic for the first hour. We can still talk about it.
Yeah, there's plenty of stuff to continue to talk about.
Yep. You did have a summit question in here too at some point, but I think it's closer as we keep going down.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're trying to catch up here after we're done ranting about the shady shit that the USBC does.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was gonna pull up the. Let me do that real quick. Pull up USBC's statement.
Oh yes. Which one? Didn't they make a couple? I thought they did. I could be wrong. They showed their data.
Yeah.
And there's the.
Yep. Okay. So the USBC, during Thursday's opening round of competition at the Queens, the USBC tournament staff was informed by competitors of concerns about potential irregularities of oil patterns on lanes 37, 38, 41, 42. Social media comments stating the lanes were not oiled are incorrect. Additionally, no formal protest was made. USBC investigated the situation, interviewing the lane machine operator and analyzing tapes of the lanes. The operator reported procedures were followed to confirm proper oil volume was applied. Lane tapes indicated the pattern was applied within tolerance. Given the investigation did not reveal evidence of an error or malfunction, there is no further action to be taken at this time. For reference, included in this post are graphs comparing tapes taken from lanes 37, 38 after 5 games on Thursday, after 5 games on Friday, and a baseline graph of the freshly oiled pattern. Of course, the first one from the 18th, there's only a distance of 15 feet. They didn't do the other tapes. Conveniently.
Angel, strawberry pound cakes in my Amazon cart. The candle. Yes.
I mean, make sure to keep one for us.
Oh, gosh. That's really going off the rails. Oh. I bet the same investigators they sent to investigate Mastera's 2 900s. Don't even get me started on Mastera. We talked about him in the last show.
Approved Collins.
Yeah, if you drop 28 mils in the first 15 feet with tapes went out to, no, the volume will be fine.
Yeah. What were the lanes like during the practice sessions, during the warm up before they started play? Yeah, I mean,
we talked about this.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, the practice sessions they were fine because the lanes got oiled properly.
Yep.
So.
God.
Yeah.
We got
Fatheads Brewery is just up the road from me. The food is good there too.
Sweet.
This is the last one that we had. This one was good.
That's not the one I just had.
No,
that's the one I just had.
This one is Saucy Brewworks.
This is a cool can too. You can't really see it.
Yeah. Yeah, I had it up there for a bit.
That's a pretty. I didn't even realize that the glasses are like holographic.
Oh yeah, that's sweet. I didn't notice that either.
I feel like it's a Pokemon card.
Those of you that like girly drinks, I just tried the new Sunny D vodka seltzer. Oh boy, it's dangerously good. Angel just got me some seltzers the other day. I can't remember what the name is, but they taste just like Clearly Canadian. for those of you that are 40.
Not
And
40, but I know
remember-
what Clearly Canadian.
Yeah, and remember the kind of sparkling. It wasn't pop. It wasn't as sweet as pop, but it wasn't as like nothing as seltzer. It was kind of right in the middle. And these ones that she got me taste exactly like Clearly Canadian. It's crazy.
That's what we were talking about
So
pre-show,
good,
right?
Yeah. Yeah. Then why didn't they say something after the warm-ups? Yep, they did.
They did. Yep.
They did. I'm a little. Yeah, I guess I'm 30 minutes behind here, so I'll try to.
No, you're good. I actually addressed that one a little bit ago.
Yeah. Yep. Watched all 5 games of the A squad on 38, and any ones that was left of 10, ball hooked immediately, playing right at 5. There were scores over 200. Interesting. Yeah, talking about the PBA show, the only good thing was EJ shooting 300, and then Belmo had the front 10 the next game. So, I mean, it's just like,
Yeah.
It's like, okay, this is ridiculous.
I mean, it's fun to watch the guys strike, but I'd rather see a grind.
Game 3, you clearly saw complaints, but they were ignored. Yeah, I would have to say, anybody that has Bull TV, you can go back and watch.
I'll go back and watch.
Yeah, I guarantee I'll have to do that at some point. It's just, for some stupid reason, they still got everything up.
I'll have to go back and watch.
Yeah. But they said everything was fine, so there'd be no reason for them to take those tapes down. So if they did take the tapes down, then, yeah. But, I mean, because you can go back and watch whatever you want to watch. So it'd be really interesting to.
Our set lights would drive me nuts. It drives me nuts that I can see him in my glasses.
Player said something during warm-ups. Those running the event should be flat ashamed. Yeah,
it's the USBC. They're not ashamed.
Yeah. Interesting. Sydney Brummett was on game 1 and didn't notice because she bowled the entire game right at 5. She's also on the USBC board of directors.
Grenade.
Liz Culkin is also.
There you have it.
Actually, there's several. Josie Barnes is on the board of directors too.
And guess what? They didn't say anything.
Hope Gramley threw plastic game 2 because she liked the line. I don't know what that means. Liked the line on about 10.
She liked the line around about 10 board. Yep, I think is what he's saying.
I wonder how they'll respond if we ask what we do if we run into this issue at nationals. They will not care.
Oh, they wouldn't care. No, they wouldn't care. The bowlers have a union like other pro sports, could give some power against these organizations. The PBA, what we were talking about a little bit ago, the PBA has a players committee. Do not believe the women have a players committee, but I know the PBA do. And that's kind of what they are. They kind of do there. So not so much a union, but they have a committee that
Interesting.
they can use that as kind of what you're suggesting. Hunter?
Oh, somebody said that Kelly Kulick won the U.S. Open in 2001. I don't think that's right.
No, she won the tournament champions.
Well, she won the 2010 tournament champion. She won the 2012 U.S. Open in the frickin' Dust Bowl outside.
Yeah, she didn't win the U.S. Open in 21 or 2001.
No, yeah, she wasn't out of school. She wasn't out of school yet. She was beating Linda Keeler in the. Sorry, Linda.
Linda.
PWBA U.S. Open 2001 bowling women's. Oh, well, she bowled in the PWBA Miller High Life Open in 2001. She's on the TV.
The PWBA.
On the TV.
Yeah.
Well, but Kelly was on that show though. She was in the first game.
Is that what we were talking about then?
Yeah. So that's Kelly. Yeah, Kelly bowled the first game.
Wow, Liz Johnson had hand.
Yeah.
Back in the day when the
ham on it.
Back in the day when the sponsors on the pants.
Oh my God.
They put the patches on the pants. It was the greatest thing ever.
Kim Terrell. Just watching her bowl.
She does it really well.
Yeah.
Oh, she did.
Y'all have to go watch it yourself. I'm not sharing my screen.
There's the patches on the pants.
Yep. Man.
Left and yamming on it.
Dang. Kel. Getting all excited just to lose.
Doing a heck of an excitement.
Yep.
Is Liz Johnson's hand playing second arrow instead of first?
Yeah.
No, I'm telling you, in this video, go watch it. She's getting on it.
Yeah, Rosa. Yeah, Rosa's first shot only got the 10-pin game 2 from the left side. She made the bracket and won several rounds in the winners bracket.
What else we got? Got some more.
Yep, saying something during warm-ups is different than filing a protest. If USBC stop bowler from filing, well, they fine people just for talking.
Yep.
Before they even got around to filing a protest. So they fine people just for complaining, raising the issue.
Yeah, that's a problem. And I'm sorry, but as a paying member and a paying competitor, you should be able to trying to word this right. To a certain extent, you should be able to express your frustrations. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you should be able to.
You have your right to an opinion.
But USBC and their guidelines clearly states that, you can't do anything, you can't do or say anything that calls into question the integrity or, negatively talks about USBC.
But why? What are they afraid of?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? What are they afraid of?
Yeah, I don't know. It's about like players criticizing officiating or something. Blood Orange IPA from 21st Amendment Brewery.
Ooh, that is orange.
Mm.
That is good. Do you like oranges?
Yep.
I've had a beer from the 21st Amendment before.
I like Blood Orange because they're almost halfway between regular oranges and like mandarins or something. They're a little tart too.
That's good. I like that. There we go. It's pretty solid.
Mm. She did adjust and scored. So there's a clear machine problem between 10 and 30 in front of the arrows. Between 10 and 30 wasn't out of bounds on any of the pair. Oh yeah, I mean I watched quite a bit today. I had it in the background at work, and yeah, I watched quite a bit today. And yeah, there was Rosa was playing straight up 5, just walking it down and in. Julia Bond was playing, 20 to like 14 or something. She was playing super tight.
Don't they bowl again tomorrow morning?
Yeah, they bowl some more tomorrow. They're probably done bowling today.
Yeah, I think they started this morning, didn't they?
They're into the bracket now. The qualifying was Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and now they're into the. They're most of the way through the winners bracket. Yeah, catch up with the elimination bracket, but I think the finals are tomorrow. So they should be most of the way done with everything.
So they'll finish up tomorrow during the day, and then
they'll
tomorrow night's the Queens show on CBS Sports Network, right?
Yeah.
Looking over here to see comments because I'm on a little bit of a delay here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sydney Brummett and Sarah Smith didn't notice they were 210, 230, but they didn't go left to 5. Yeah. For anybody not like firing it straight down the side.
I mean, Gigi did. Gigi wasn't firing it straight down the side.
No, well, that's what I was going to say. I saw a lot of players that were going like straight down, like Taylor Boltice was laying it down on like 3.
The whole tournament.
Yeah, and just walking it right down.
With a lot of surface, if I remember right. Right?
Yeah, at least Bolton talked about it and basically all shenanigans. Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing, is that there were it's obvious to see from the videos and what happened that there was some kind of a problem. And yeah, you've kind of got it. Everybody's calling it BS.
Oh yeah.
At this point, I mean, it's obvious that.
I mean, you got your people out there that have other opinions than what we do, but whatever.
Yeah, and see, this is the big point. The cover up is worse than the crime, which wasn't a crime. It was a machine error on a couple lanes. Could have been resolved really easily, but they found a way to take it and make it a wretched situation.
Shocker. I mean, I just don't understand the fact of why they didn't just say, We had an issue. This is what happened. This is how we're going to fix it. Or we'll just move on. Everybody that hit it had to hit the same thing, and we just move on. But no, they've got to make it about something else. It's just so frustrating.
This is fair. However, I trust the PBA infinitely more than USBC, or at least the PBA has. They now have time to screw up.
Incentives to protect your rule only benefits stock.
I mean, it is kind of going to Bolero, but I trust Tom Clark.
I do too.
And Neil Stremmel, who used to be the USBC rules guy, who's now the PBA rules guy. I don't trust anybody at USBC.
Yeah. I mean, I don't either. Yes, Luke's talked about the summit. I saw that.
I can talk more about it if you ask me a question. I can't volunteer information, but I can sure answer questions. Rules.
When Angel flies, the limit to being wrong.
Yeah.
Angel, USBC one step with strength in his research. And 5 steps back with the Queen. Yeah, actually, he's not wrong. Kendall just said USBC went one step with string pins research, or 1 step with string pins research, and 5 steps back with Queens.
Yeah. The problem is that everybody hates the string pin thing.
There it is. String pins will end the game of bowling. Hey, mate.
Get off my lawn.
You're pro string pins, though, aren't you?
Not necessarily.
Are you like, you're 50-50?
Well, that's the thing is that the research has me intrigued, and then people are just, God damn, I'm not going to bowl on that shit and whatever else. And I'm like, well, I mean, you obviously didn't read the report.
Yeah. But you have people that just refuse to bowl on it, so I don't know if it'll help.
Well, and I talked to Waspo about it too. He's like, yeah, I wouldn't bowl on string pins. And he's like, no real reason. Just I like the traditional game of bowling and whatever else. I'm like, that I can accept. That's fine because it's a personal preference thing. It's when the people start trying that they obviously didn't read the report, they didn't watch the video, they didn't whatever else, and they start trying to make up all these excuses to justify their opinion. It's like, well, it's obviously you're just stupid.
Yeah.
If you could have just said, that's just not my thing, and I was okay.
That's a great response.
Yeah.
No, I'd do if I didn't have anything else I could bowl on. Yeah, I'd do it.
Mm-hmm.
Would it suck? Yeah, probably. But at the same time, there's a lot of colleges out there that Nebraska bowls on them for practice.
Yeah, USBC flops harder than LeBron.
At the end of the day, how does this affect LeBron's legacy?
Man.
Oh, I don't like the NBA, but man, that's a good call. Or comment there.
God, it's so bad. I tried to watch a game the other day. Well, we were watching. They had the Lakers Nuggets game on Thursday night at the bowling alley.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I'll watch some. And it's like LeBron is all he does is he just kind of runs down the lane looking for a foul, and if he doesn't get it,
he complains.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It just he kind of obviously he telegraphs the shit out of it, and then just runs down the lane and tries to bump into people, and looks like he gets mauled, and it's just terrible. I don't know how he has fans.
I don't know how he has fans.
I can't watch it. I can't. I mean, trying to get fouls and whatever else, but everybody else used to sprinkle it in. They used to get the refs hooked, and then sprinkle it in when they could get away with it. It was a whole lot more subtle. It was a whole lot more artful.
Yes.
Back then.
Yes.
Now it's just like, oh God, we're gonna do this and just fall to the ground.
I mean, soccer is just as bad. I saw a guy the other day that he got pinched and he just threw his body back like he just got sniped.
LeBron should have been a soccer player.
I mean, it would have fit. Too many real questions regarding string pins. I mean, it'll all come back full circle. They'll figure it out. But do I want to bowl on string pins? I'd like to do it for fun. I really go practice or something. Do I want to bowl on them all the time? Probably not.
What's up, Shauna?
What's going on?
Shauna? I don't know.
Is that the one that's from overseas?
Yeah, Netherlands, I believe.
That's right. Man. Get people hanging out with us from overseas all the time. I like it.
Sounds like a dictatorship. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, and I could have gotten more information if I wanted to, but Riggles has put out enough stuff. I didn't need to bug him, and I talked to Jerry Kessler quite a bit.
Yeah. With the J.
Yeah, the JK, Jerry Kessler.
I mean, I could have reached out to some peeps too. We could have really went in depth, but I think it's more of we just sit here and BS about it. At Angels Local Association has a bunch of never used cert equipment.
Yeah. Because we bought a bunch of certification equipment, and then the last couple of years, USBC said, well, we're going to have our own people come around and do it.
They don't do it.
And they never got on top of it, and they just said, okay, well, you're good for this year. You're good for this year. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to go out and do it if I don't have to. That's a miserable 3 hours or whatever.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it.
They make you do every lane.
Yeah.
Lane by lane. I'd
Yeah.
like to see the numbers on 7 and 8 at Westridge.
Well, and see that, well, they're not as bad as you think they are or think they were. But, I mean, this is the thing, too, is the lanes. We had, Westridge is 32 lanes, Gage is 40 lanes.
Yep.
And it stopped being 3 distances down the lane to check. It's 5 now. You're checking every panel, and there are 5 panels on the way down the lane, which is miserable. 3 points down the lane was bad enough.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It really is a lot of work, and it's a lot of stretching out over gutter between the its feet in the gutters and.
Maybe.
There you go. Oh,
I still look like a chia pet.
No, I kind of like it. I dig it.
Yeah.
It's a little too sexy, I think.
Yeah, well.
Maybe. Well, let's say I dig it.
Yeah, no, will you not? No, you will not. Yeah, the goose stash for Goose's kid. Aviators and just the stash.
I'm the one that always
just like Goose's kid.
I always get lazy and never want to trim the neck beard, and then I look at it for a couple of days. I'm like, God, I look horrible.
See, mine I can get away with it because now it's kind of turning white, but it's already bright enough that you can't even really see it. It's like 1.5 inches long down here, and you just can't see it.
Oh, this might be the first show I've actually got to go pee during the show. Feel one coming on.
You move to the spare room, and Storm Dog gets your spot. This is also why I have hair. Otherwise, I'd be bald. You said it. Yeah, I know we'd both be.
You want it, you got it.
It's so much cooler.
I'm just saying, everybody that watches on a weekly or bi-weekly basis now, I'm doing you a favor in your eyes by covering this up on a regular basis.
It's cheaper. I wouldn't have to have my. I'd probably still go have her shave my head, but.
Is anybody watching this right now going to be in the Springfield/Branson area here in a couple weeks?
Yeah, we're going to be in We're going to be in Bowling Springfield the weekend of the 4th and 5th, the first weekend of June, basically.
If you are, or you're not watching this live and you watch it later, give us a shout because come out and have a beer with us.
Yeah. USBC doesn't require people to do certification anymore,
which is stupid.
So they kept saying that they were going to have their own groups go out and do it.
It's stupid,
and
that's our way. That's their way of saying, we're going to send our groups out to do it, but we're not. We're just going to, They're still getting their money. They're still going to collect their dough.
Click the button. Click the box. Auto certified for a couple of years.
It's auto certified.
Simo ahead of the curve again. No comment. Yeah, I should have worn that.
You wore it last week.
My hoodie. Yeah.
Maybe I need to get one. We wear it.
Gosh, she doesn't even know the story.
I can't tell the story on here.
God, we can't tell the story on here.
It's not PG. Yeah. Sorry. We would we'd be demonetized.
Yeah. Definitely down for a strawberry pound cake candle.
If you see us off camera, ask about us in person.
Yeah.
I can tell you the story. It's pretty good. All right. What else we got?
Yeah, from what I heard, the ladies were not allowed to protest.
Correct.
They could have, but they were getting fined just for saying that they were going to protest.
Yep.
So, and there's an awful lot of them on the USBC board of directors.
If they're going to find me already, you know what? I would have protested.
Mm-hmm. Dust Bowl was 2012. It was that recent. Yeah. 11 years ago.
Golly, that doesn't feel like that long ago.
Oh, somebody said that I forgot to mention this. I skipped right by this, but somebody mentioned that the ball companies should offer to pay the fines of the bowlers. Jeff Riggles is going to start a GoFundMe for all the ones that get fined.
Oh, he should.
To take care of it.
What a I always knew I liked that guy.
I definitely contribute to that because they don't make anything. They only have a couple months out of the year, and it's a terrible situation. They should.
I have a few that I don't care for, but I'm not gonna blast them. I can understand that. It's
in this type of a situation, even the one that even if I absolutely hated them, I'd still send them money in this situation because it's just USBC sucks worse.
The fact that they want to put a protest on it and they're like, you do that, you're getting fined. That's BS. I'm sorry, it is. If Sarah Rash was blowing on one of those pairs, Sean would have went off. Oh,
that's interesting. I checked the website. Kelly won the U.S. Open in 2003, but my point's still 2003, 2001, whatever. I didn't know that she won it that early. That's interesting. She's one of the titles. She won a title before the tour relaunch.
New bowling quote for a shirt.
Interesting.
I understand. I just don't care. It's good. That's a good one. I like that.
Yeah, I bet they wouldn't care what their members. Well, and see, this is the interesting thing is that I don't think that the members really care about the situation. It's no skin off their nose or whatever, but they do care about the USB. Nobody thinks that it's like, what am I even paying $15 for?
Yeah. That's another thing too about that. Like that comment right there, for example, the people that really have an issue with the situation are not your typical regular league bowlers. I'm not really saying, I don't mean that in a sweet. I don't really mean that. I mean it is like a lot of people that go to like the Ozarks, for example, Greater Ozarks.
Yeah.
They go to have beers and have a good time and probably average 160, 170, 180, somewhere around there. No offense to anybody that does, but they just don't take it as serious as everybody else does. These kind of people don't care about the situation. And guess what? They're still going to sanction every year. So the USBC is still getting those numbers. It's the ones that are pissed off are your people that take it seriously, really focus on the game. And that's the problem is as members as a whole, if not everybody bands together and says, screw this, we're out, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Lindsay Boom Boom's on the show. She's my spirit animal.
Yeah, these are so cool.
Yeah, we got to talk about those here before we.
Yes, we do.
I meant to do that last week, but yeah. Oh, Lindsay Boomershine is the #1 seed. Oh God, she cares so much.
She's got a bowl in 37-30.
Oh my God, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh, she cares so much, and she's had such bad luck on TV, and it's God. I feel for her so much, and I don't know. Lindsay hits me in the feels, so I'm a big Boom Boom fan.
I remember when I first seen her in person. She wasn't bowling a ton, and I was bowling something in Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
It was a tour stop. It was the week before the Ultimate Scoring Championship, and I was on the TV. I didn't bowl. I was in the TV. Henniger and I were on the TV show, and we were behind the screen. It was the one where Anthony Lacause made it as an amateur.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Henniger, if you go back and watch that tournament, if you can find that, Henniger and I are in the background, or right behind the deal. And that's the first time I'd seen her. She was dating John. Oh, I can't think of his name. He won a Masters.
Stravinsky?
No, not Stravinsky.
No.
John Nolan.
Oh, okay.
Tape looked like a boxer. Because he had so many wrist issues. But that was when I first seen her. It was back then. I had no idea she bowled. I knew who she was, but I didn't know she bowled. And I'd like to see her win. That'd be cool.
Boom.
Lake County, Indiana. Yeah, actually, Lake County, Indiana. If you go back and look at that or the pictures of that, you can find them on Google, I'm sure. I am sitting in the background. Fun fact. A long time ago. I bowled that tournament, too. Is it Lindsey Baker related? Yes, that's his niece, I believe. I believe Tom Baker's is her uncle, I believe.
Okay. So
you knew that, didn't you?
No, I didn't know the Lindsay.
Boomershine? Yeah, that's her uncle, I believe.
Oh, so we've got a buddy that makes ball cups, scarred prints that you've seen me share a few times.
Yep.
On Facebook, he 3D prints them, and so he can do all kinds of stuff. They have different. He can do gradients like this. These are incredible because you can, put the ball on them, and they've got the ball bearings in here that, you can move the ball around. They also have regular ball cups. They're just very, very simple cross designs. They're really light. They're really sturdy. We bought a bunch of them, and I've gone to using them in my setup upstairs because the circular plastic ones get all scratched up around the edges, and then they start scratching the ball. These are amazing. These are wonderful. Scarred Prints, SKARD. You can find them on Facebook. They got a website too. These are freaking cool. So they've got all kinds of. They can personalize them for you too.
They are pretty cool.
So yeah, they can do whatever you want to do, and they got all kinds of different colors. They come in metallic. Again, they can personalize them somewhat, but these are great.
I know I need to order some.
So yeah, these are ridiculous. So we wanted to make sure to
give him a shout out.
Yeah, give him a shout out, and I need to do a video about him.
I'm gonna have to step away and go potty here in a minute.
Yeah.
I did it. So we still got what, half hour here?
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Oh boy, Luke's hating. Yeah, that's my thing. That's my thing now. I always used to whine and complain, but I never wanted to get too specific because I didn't want to deal with the flack or the fallout. But I threw Dari under the bus last week.
And she shoots bills the next day.
Yeah. Everybody's shooting bills at women's nationals, though.
It's a house shot.
Yeah.
You weren't going to say it last time. I'll say it. It's
and this is the thing. Everybody blows things out of proportion. There's a big difference between feeling bad for somebody and genuinely wishing that they would, be able to improve. Like somebody's in a slump and saying, oh gosh, this person's really in a slump, but hoping that they come back on the way up rather than some douchebag that told Verity, I think she posted something.
I saw this.
Yeah.
With the flower?
Some douchebag. Well, no. It's some douchebag told Verity, it's like, yeah, I'm not going to watch women's bowling anymore because I'm sick of you and Daria trying to hook the whole lane when it's obvious that all the straight bowlers make the TV shows. I'm just sick of watching you guys hook the ball and lose all the time.
Didn't he say something about her flower in her hair too?
Maybe
something about where maybe you should worry about getting straighter or playing straighter instead of worry about putting flowers in your hair or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, what a savage.
I told you needed to bowl straighter, but apparently you didn't listen to me. And it's like there's a big difference between being that guy and what I said last week about Daria.
Dude said, I told you to play straight.
Yeah, I told you to play straight.
Oh, gosh.
And there's a big difference. But anybody is like, oh, my gosh, you're being critical. You're being negative. She's a great bowler. I don't know what you're talking about. It's like, well, Jerry Raymond's got a video about it, too. There's a lot of people that know. And, other bowlers like Darren Tang and Andrew Anderson. Andrew said himself, is like, my mechanics are terrible. Darren Tang knows his timing's bad.
Oh, he knows, yeah.
And there's one thing about just talking shit on somebody versus offering criticism and hoping that they can rebound and get there. And it's also another thing where we can say whatever we want about anybody on our platform here, but it's another thing going to somebody's page and posting stuff like that on their page.
I mean, you're at that point, you're basically shit talking them to their person in general. Like, that's not cool.
Yeah, that's unsolicited stuff.
I'll show you bad timing.
Yeah.
Playing straighter is not a bad thing. No, I play straighter. I mean, it is what it is. I don't have the game to give it the big wheel. If I give it the big wheel, it's like 2 miles an hour.
I prefer on the left side. I actually do prefer playing. I'd love to play straighter than I actually do, and I'm actually able to most of the time. But
and did you see it to piggyback off our Daria thing from last week? It's weird to see last week because usually everyone. She made a comment this week of somebody, or she had a screen grab of her backswing.
Yeah.
Obviously, she's got that thing where she
got a hypermobile elbow.
But she says, something about if I didn't have that hyperextension elbow, my backswing wouldn't be so high. And I'm like, oh, please, sweetheart. That's not the reason why.
If you didn't hold the ball under your chin,
I gotta find it.
And your backswing wasn't Rudy Casamakis.
Rudy Casamakis. There's a name drop.
Yeah, you remember Rudy Revs?
My goodness, big old boy.
Yeah, if you didn't have a Rudy Revs backswing, you didn't hold the ball right here and have a Rudy Revs backswing.
Mr. Lane 1 himself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I gotta find it now. That's gonna drive me nuts. Daria Pike. It was a side shot of her too. Where is it? I don't remember. It might have been her bowling page. bowling. Oh, it's gonna kill me.
I try not to pay attention.
The first person I thought of when I saw it was you, and I was like, oh my gosh, did she really just say that?
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing is when you have people around you that constantly tell you how wonderful you are and always that never like tell you the truth.
Yeah.
It creates kind of a false ecosystem, and I think even the most objective people can kind of get taken away by that a little bit.
Oh yeah, no, they can. But it's the weird thing is that the view, you can clearly see her elbow, like you can see it bent.
Yeah.
But it's all the way up here, and she's like, I really.
Yeah, but her
if it wasn't for that
her elbow's
stupid
still above her head.
disc or whatever hyperextension, I wish my backswing wasn't so high. And I'm like, well, then lower that ball swing. Oh, whatever.
Yeah, Lindsay's so nice. Lindsay's great. We had her on the Bowler Show, one of the last episodes I think we did, and she was great. And I've been a fan of hers for a while anyway, and then just watching her terrible luck on TV.
It is bad.
It's just, I mean, sure, she's been tight, she's made some bad shots, she's whatever else, but she has paid max penalty for everything else, gotten screwed on great shots. She's had nothing go right for her on TV. I mean, I think when she lost to Jillian Martin one time, she's like, hey, I mean, I shot 200. It's like, I shot 200 in the finals, or I shot 200 on a TV show or something. And so it's like, I just feel for somebody when that's kind of their reality.
I mean,
so, yeah.
She's like the total opposite of like a Barnes from the 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
Barnes just killed himself.
Yeah.
Like he just totally, his head game just crushed himself.
Mm-hmm.
She's just had shit
Oh
luck.
my God. Yeah. And again, you can tell how much she cares. And
can you guys explain? Actually, Luke could probably explain that one. Somebody just asked about double jointing from Butters at the very bottom.
Yeah, we were talking about this on Boomer Shine bowled on my national squad and was Will's doubles partner. I know who I'm ready for. Yeah, she's great. Yep, she's great. Yeah, how do you have the audacity to talk about a pro bowler to their face, basically, when you know you'll never get to that level? That's the other thing, is that I've talked about this several times. There are some bowlers, some great Hall of Fame professional bowlers that I wouldn't trust to coach my 5-year-old. And there are some people that have, we already talked about it. There are some people that have never shot 300 in their life that I would, trust infinitely. Like Rick Benoit's probably the best bowling coach in the world. He does the Bowl U stuff and whatever else. He's been all over the country. He's been all over the world. Any country he goes to coach their national team, they win. They just win inside of a couple of years. He goes and gets them all squared away, and he just knows what he's doing. He was never that successful of a bowler himself, but I trust him to the ends of the earth with anybody on the planet. He just gets it. He knows what he's doing. I don't. And this is sarcasm. Kendall, I understand the sarcasm. But yeah, that's the thing, is that, I don't have to be a professional or a great bowler to be able to see certain things and make critical remarks about certain people. So, well, see, this is the thing. People can be such tools. I remember people gave Brianna Clemmer flack for weight a while back.
Yes.
She didn't ask anybody.
No.
That's the thing, is you can make comments. People can always say, oh, yeah, if you're – it's probably better if you're doing a sport to be in better shape. Mm-hmm. But she knocks pins down quite a bit. She didn't ask anybody for their opinion.
Yeah,
you can look at a Facebook post and not like it, not comment. You can roll your eyes to yourself and keep scrolling if you don't like it.
Say it in your head. Say it to yourself.
Like, this is the thing, is that people always think that they have to say something every single time. And I'm like, you can think it and move on.
I wonder if people think that maybe it makes them look bigger.
I don't know why people get so confident on social media. But this is the thing, is, well, what do you think that you're going to change in Brianna's life if you make comments about her weight?
Like, what is that? Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
People are people. The people are always going to be people, and that's the best way to put it.
Here we go.
Sorry.
Can you guys, I'm finally getting around to this. Can you guys explain how Butterf's double jointed wrist and thumb work for him? We were talking about this earlier in our Discord about how, again, the Rick Benoit thing. He is of the philosophy that you take what the bowler is naturally gifted at and you make that better. You refine that instead of
Important stuff. Right?
Yeah.
Get rid of these here.
Yeah. So you take people where they're at and you improve what they naturally do rather than trying to change them or try to jam them into a mold. You take what they do and you refine that, you make it better. And so something that you'll notice, we were talking about this too, it's kind of funny that overcoached people end up having the most problems or being the least successful.
Well,
Everybody that's doing well, I mean, especially on the men's tour, Belmo is completely self-taught. He's got the prototypical two-handed game.
Yep.
EJ is self-taught. Buttriff does literally everything wrong. Literally everything wrong. But he hits the main points. His timing is good. His shoulders are pointed the right direction. He drops his shoulder. He stays inside / behind the ball. Those are the very basics of what you need to succeed. Even somebody like Brandon Novak that looks absolutely ridiculous, but he gets to the right spot at the release and is very consistent. Those are the things you need. There are certain fundamental things that just like 4 or 5 elements that you need to have. Everything else is optional.
Yeah. Agreed. You said Brandon Novak, and it's like, nothing against the guy personally. Gosh, I just cannot watch the guy.
Yeah, you threw up in your mouth a little bit.
Just got that wind up, a prototypical wind up.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is that everybody that's, again, you can just name them off: Belmo, EJ, Butters, Simo, Kyle Troop, Chris Prather. Frankie, and then you go on the women's side. Liz Johnson, her knees are kind of getting to her now. Shannon O'Keefe, Stephanie Johnson, and Shannon is a rare combination of somebody that does the drills and puts in the work, but she's also got the killer instinct to be able to turn it up. And that's another interesting thing that we were talking about is that you need that kind of step on the throat mentality, but people think that means just getting really, excited and aggressive and out. It's like, no, you get that extra buzz of adrenaline that gives you the confidence to rid yourself of being tight or being nervous or being timid or whatever else. That's what that's for.
Yep.
Because, when you need to calm down and make a shot, getting all excited and animated and going nuts is not the best thing for that. What that is for is to eliminate the negativity that could creep into your game if you're just kind of mellow or, on the fence or whatever else. It's not practice. You need to turn up. You need to get excited so that, the adrenaline kicks in and keeps you from, making, timid mistakes.
Yep, I agree. There's one question here you might want to touch on real quick. It's about our schedule here. At the very bottom.
Yep. Are these live streams a scheduled time or just random? Well, we do them every other week at 6 p.m. Central on Mondays.
To 8 p.m.
Yeah, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Mondays. This one was kind of a special one because we had our regularly scheduled one last time, but because 2 weeks out from that would have been Memorial Day, and then we're going to have a tournament that we're gone at 2 weeks from today. So it's actually going to be 3 weeks before we have our next show. This was a perfect opportunity to just go on ahead and do a fill-in type of show.
And we had drama.
We had drama. We'd have been off for a month otherwise.
We like doing the shows, so
yeah,
and I'm in person.
Yeah, we got him over here and.
He had to bribe me. No,
Yeah.
I'm kidding. We're here.
Probably no holiday doubles. I think I'm still a year or two away from some of the big stuff. I'll still hit the regular stuff.
I mean, if you want to bowl, let's go.
Yeah, I mean, we hit enough regular stuff that I mean, we're gonna miss Swiss trios, so
I was saying, you want to go? Let's go. We probably can't get in now. I think it's full, actually.
probably.
They did say they're opening another squad this year, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. Next month, too, for those that like some action bowling, the Midnight Bowler Society is June 23rd. I believe 23rd or 24th.
That'd be fun to do that, but I've got to find out. I've got to find $1,000 that I.
You just don't like. You just
Yeah, I don't
yeah, but that's
anything
one of those tournaments
better
though.
to
All
do
it
with.
takes is one time.
Yeah. You just have to have one good
game.
game. Yeah,
Yeah.
just even if it's an accident, one good game.
How's you bowling at what? The Midnight Bowler Society? I'm assuming that's what you're asking.
We might have to go watch it. I mean, this is one of those things that even if I'm kind of getting the itch, even if I don't bowl some of these tournaments, because I think that I could go sit and chat with Flanagan.
Oh yeah.
Flanagan does the stuff, so even if I don't bowl, I can just go hang out and put on a headset and chat with Flanagan.
Oh yeah. No, I'm not bowling the Midnight Bowler Society this year. I was going to bowl it this year, but there's just so much going on this year. I'm going to next year maybe, but I'm going on a cruise next year, so a little extracurricular activity might be put away. But I plan to bowl it at some point. Yes. I don't like $1,000. I'd like to waste it.
Yeah. I can't think of anything I'd like.
But I would like to do holiday
better.
doubles.
Yeah, holiday doubles would be great. I need to get a little bit sharper before I don't necessarily.
That's house shot.
Yeah. I'm not even sharp enough for house shots nowadays.
The holiday doubles, I think Luke and we'll do it together. I'm sure. So
Yeah.
we'll go down to St. Louis and hey Luke, 2024.
Mm-hmm.
I do holiday doubles in 2024 if that's a goal.
Yeah, I think probably be in good enough shape by then. I just need to get in practice. I need to like bowling again so that I actually care.
Maybe this summer will help. Maybe you need to play a little golf.
Yeah.
There, if you need a mediocre bowler past 2024. Uh-oh, there it is, Rivs. Beer money, not Chad money. Man, look out. Thank you.
We need to have like a. I need to have like a graph. I need to put some graphics on here so that I can.
You do need to get some graphics on there.
Yeah, something fun that I can.
You do need to get some on there. I agree.
Yeah.
I'm surprised our breakdown pair logo does. I wish we could get it on there while we stream, but
Yeah.
there you go. Rivs, you gotta send some money in. That's one thing we always do. If you send some money in, you got any question, anything you want to ask, fire it away. We'll jump on it right now. So we appreciate it. Is that the one where they hand over the Lanes Kindle? No, that is the Snowman Devils at Fire Lake in Shawnee, Oklahoma. That's another one I'd like to do. I don't know if I want to. I'd almost rather go beat my head in at Midnight Devils or Midnight Bowler Society. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, but it's not playing.
Oh. No Yingling and St. Clair Bowl with Holiday Devils? Oh, then it's done. I guess I'll just have to drink whiskey. That tournament is ridiculous. There it is.
Yeah. Sorry, I played the. Yeah, I played the. But I played as a video and it knocks out our
That's all right.
microphones.
What else? Is anybody in here? Has anybody bowled the Holiday Doubles or the Midnight Bowler Society? If anybody's interested in actually watching the Midnight Bowler Society, Flanagan either Flanagan does it or Brad. I know Brad and Kyle stream it.
Yeah, they do it, but they've had Flanagan out there to do it. Now with he's doing the Bowl TV stuff, so he might not be
get a meal
available this year.
He might get a meal.
Mm-hmm.
My dad bowls Holiday Doubles every year. Awesome. Does he have a regular partner he bowls with? Just curious. What is your arsenal for the next tournament?
Yeah, we were going to kind of preview
we can do
Ozarks coming up.
Actually, we have a tournament before that.
We do actually have a 8-game sweeper. I don't know what No, I don't think so. Normally they do it a week ahead of time. So
we are a week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me look real quick.
Yeah, so you can pull it up and we'll see. Typically, they do challenge patterns. So
They've been doing full sport here lately.
Yeah, yeah, we had Red Square
Yeah,
a little bit ago.
Nothing yet.
But yeah, it would be great if they do chromium or something like that.
It'd be a confidence
Might
builder.
actually have a chance at not blowing $300.
It's kind of hard to give you the arsenal without the pattern for the weekend, especially since we're at Olathe and that place is just a crapshoot. Sometimes it seems like.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter what the pattern is. It always seems to play the same.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know why.
Just something with a little more volume,
Yeah,
please.
Yeah,
so it
yeah.
holds up over the 8 games.
So let's go Ozarks. Let's do Ozarks. What do you think for Ozarks?
Ozarks, I'm going to take some of the usual suspects. I've really been liking my Zen U on everything, so that's like the first ball in the bag.
Okay. We are doubles partners too, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try it again, round 2.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah. Since it.
Let's even the playing field out this time.
Yeah. So yeah.
Well, we just bowled doubles together recently, but yes, round 2 from last year's fiasco.
Yes. I'm gonna try that
I might actually get to bowl all the events.
Yeah. So yeah, the usual suspects that are going to go. I'm going to take a Pitch Black's going this year because the team house is always wretched. Pitch Black, Zen U, Volt Pearl,
Okay.
Idle Cosmos, Fate, Ice. Those all have to go. Promotion.
Hopefully, you're not hooking the ice.
I've kind of got the usual suspects. I'm going to add the reality check, the Revenant. I'm a little on the fence about now. It's kind of been irritating me lately. The Duo I would love to take, but it just
I could see you throwing it in Sunshine.
Hooks too much.
I could see you throwing it in
way too much.
No.
Well, I threw the. Actually, what I need to do
God, I hate
is
that
there's a
place.
couple things that I need to drill. A couple things I need to fix. My phase G. If I fix my phase G, I could take that.
What about the alert?
The alert. I was saving. I resurfaced that and fixed that up because I was expecting us to get the clone. I've been waiting on the clone for several months, and seeing as how it hit the USBC approved list and has not shown up overseas, I swear to God, the clone's one of the Bowl Expo releases. So I'm saving that one
Yeah, I touched mine
for
either.
that, and it's very similar to the Absolute. Actually, the Absolute's a little longer and sharper. The Absolute might go, but actually that kind of overlaps with my reality check, even though it doesn't on paper. But I've got some. I need to get my UC3 back in fighting shape. I've got my Pink Hustle. I've got a lot of stuff, but the absolute core stuff that's going, again, Pitch Black, Zen U, Fate, Volt Pearl, Cosmos, Promotion, Ice.
Like a dark code or something.
Yeah, possibly. Reality check, Ruby.
That's too much for him, though. There.
Yeah, I've got a list of usual suspects
I
that
didn't
kind
get the
of
Bullet Enterprise last year, so I don't know.
that kind of go everywhere now.
So like,
He has to hit the 5 board, remember?
that's fair. That is, he is lefty, I guess.
Yeah.
So like for me, I don't even know, to be honest with you.
Defender solid.
Defender Solid's going. Defender Solid's going.
Iron Forge.
Defender Solid's going. Iron Forge is going. RSTX2 is going.
High Road.
Black Widow Hybrid 2.0,
Yes.
which I think is actually going to be the nut on Beaten Path in Enterprise. But that's me jumping ahead. I think I'm going to bring a pin down Jackal Ghost.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Venom Recoil.
Yeah, I've seen. It's funny. I saw that on the way over here, and I'm like,
Yeah.
it might be a Springfield ball.
Yeah, I think it is a Springfield ball.
It might. You know what's
I mean,
funny?
if he's taking the promotion.
Okay, then yeah, it might be a Venom Shock. I am taking a Venom Shock. I think a Venom Shock with a little bit of surface and sunshine, I think is going to be pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I can just dump it up the gutter. I don't. It's been tough because I haven't really given it a ton of thought.
Bucko.
I think that
Buddy.
I really think if you remember right, my Paragon, the piece of crap
Listen.
Paragon that I had, I think something's wrong with it.
Yeah.
It looked good at Sunshine last time.
Sunshine. That would be perfect at Sunshine.
I think I'm going to take it
because
and hit some surface.
Sucks.
Yes.
Bucko. Storm Dog.
So what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to bring the Paragon and I'm going to put surface on.
Missile.
So there you go. And if you guys out here like the Paragon, I think there's something wrong with mine. We've talked about this before.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that it's a bad ball. It just mine looks terrible.
Yeah, it's a good ball for everybody but him.
But it looked good out of box down there in
Yeah.
Sunshine. So I
Yeah.
think I'm going to hit it with some fresh surface and why not? Just if you're on my pair and you're right-handed, I'm sorry.
Yep.
I will kick you when you're left.
Mm.
I'll be up the gutter. You should be maybe a little left of me. If I'm the only time I'm ever over there, actually, I'd give you probably a bounce spot off the gutter.
No
You gotta
real
get
absolute. This
I'm not
year.
going 500. I promise. I'd go like 2,000.
The real absolutes definitely overseas. Given the pattern in the past, the midnight event, about 40-foot flat, 18 mils. They do that to make it really interesting. They go 40-foot flat, 18 mils to try to take urethane out play and force you to throw reactive. I would absolutely. I've got a lane shine pitch black that I would absolutely be throwing, or my ice. Slug it down the side. But
So what 2 balls would you take?
A pitch black and an ice.
Because you don't know the pattern. So
Yeah.
I'd go purple hammer, which we'll talk about that afterwards. Not purple hammer, something else. I would go purple hammer and probably something bigger. Maybe not too big.
I wouldn't take that. I would go with my lane shine pitch black and a Zenu.
It's a 2-year thing.
Well, the Zenu is basically like a solid purple hammer. So
I could even see myself going like purple hammer and maybe even like a tank blitz.
or pitch black fate, something like that, because my fates kind of turn into.
Actually, no.
It's very interesting.
I'd probably go purple hammer and maybe my tall pin iron forge.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So
That's what makes it really interesting is you get 2 balls.
Yeah.
Now you can practice.
Yeah.
With a bunch of them.
you can take as many as you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you only get 2 to take into the event.
Yes.
So yeah, I would take 6 and then throw 2.
Did you see Riv's question since he did since I got a free question? Is that comparable to anything in the U.S. line? Probably. I don't know
The
which
real
ball.
absolute.
The real absolute. It's NRG2 Pearl, I'm pretty sure. So it's going to be Crystal Fizz. No, it's not going to be comparable to anything in the U.S. line. Exotic Gem, maybe.
This is actually a really great question. When you're done with that, go ahead.
Yeah, you're good.
When are you guys going to run the breakdown pair clinic? And then the
Yeah.
follow-up question was, and if you guys do a clinic, what would you put in the package? Beer of choice?
I'd have a lot of sours in there.
You wouldn't be getting sours from me. I can tell you that right now.
Well, Thursday night, Royal Crest got some sours in. They got the Prairie Artisan Ales. They got slush and rainbow sherbet. And so I marched right down to Jesse and said, "You keep these in stock, and I will drink you out of them."
No. Oh. We got about 2 minutes left here.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and wrap it up.
We did.
We will. We will.
Oh, okay.
Scarred prints once again. These are amazing.
I can do that.
They actually have some weight to them too. The ones with the ones with the ball bearings. They're 3D printed. They're very, very hard plastic. I mean, you're not gonna.
Yeah, they're pretty slick.
Hurt them, so
He's got his logos printed on there.
yeah, and
Customize them.
yeah,
He
you
does
can
have
do
an
the
Instagram. Did you do
the
the Instagram?
customization.
Yeah, did you do his Instagram?
No, he's got
There it is.
Scarred SKARD prints PRINTS. So you can find him on Facebook, and he's got a link to everything. And I'll have a video about these at some point.
It's a flower.
But they're stackable too.
And these are probably pretty legit.
Yeah,
I like these a lot.
yeah,
actually.
they're very simple and straightforward. And
I'll be calling on.
yeah,
you
I've
too.
got tons of them
I'm gonna have him
up
personalize
on
a
the
couple
desk
of them
now. Yeah,
because I reached out to him about doing one for a couple of them for us, and he can't do logos.
he
So
can't do the logos,
Yeah.
but he can put like breakdown pair or
that'd be
something
cool
like that.
though.
So yeah, we could have our own. Yeah, we could. I mean, because this green, this is basically it's pretty close to breakdown pair green, and just put breakdown pair or whatever. So we could have our own.
I'm in.
Yeah, it's just they're 3D printed. So
I like it.
Sweet. All right. Well, thanks everybody for hanging out. Hopefully, glad to have. Thanks again for the donation. We really appreciate it.
Did that come through?
Yeah, it's there. And link is in the chat there. Angel just posted it for
Ribs.
Scards for the ball cups. So interested in that, check that out. Especially even if those that are coming back and watching it that aren't live, you can still check that out.
Yeah, the link is in You'll have to look at the chat,
There it is.
but
yeah,
it's in the chat on YouTube.
We can update the description after this post.
Yeah, and we'll put it in the description. If you're watching this later, we'll put it in the description. But there's really some freaking.
When
cool
is our
stuff,
next show again? So
it's going to be the 5th or 6th.
22nd. So
It's going to be June 11th, 12th, 13th, something like that.
so the weekend after the golf.
So
tournament.
it's 3 weeks from today.
Well, we have something to talk about because we're playing golf that weekend.
Yeah, we're playing. So yeah, we'll have a sweeper on Memorial Day.
Yep.
We've got our big tournament at the Ozarks.
Yep.
Then we'll have our golf tournament to talk about. So we'll have a bunch of stuff and a couple more PWBA tournaments and hopefully no more USBC nonsense.
June 12th.
Oh yeah,
June 12th. June 12th will be our next show. So we got a couple
only
weeks off.
7 likes. What the hell are y'all doing? We had like 130 people in here.
What? It's only 7 likes. There's
I don't know.
52.
Yeah, I don't know.
Smash that like button before
Yeah.
you leave too, please.
Well,
Do
that's
that
still less
too.
than half. So come on.
Yeah, exactly. Hit that thumbs up. Oh, there's another. I see it. Synced it. So, all right, everybody. We'll get some more content coming too on the social media stuff too because we've got a lot of stuff coming up. We'll be together quite a bit here. So,
Yep.
Yep.
We have some.
didn't we talk about trying to stream or do something for Memorial Day or something else?
Yeah, James. Yeah, we were talking about that. If James
Trying to figure
doesn't
out who's
stream,
gonna
then,
stream.
yeah, figure out who's going to stream it, whether we're going to do it or James is going to do it or
Okay.
whatever else.
You and I could try and do something too. We could even do a hop on for a something live in Springfield. Even if we meet up or after or do a recap.
Oh,
Or something.
yeah.
You and I could do something. Even on the Instagram live, we can do something.
Yeah.
Facebook
Yeah,
Live.
just pop on. We could do that. One of the breweries just put something on and
Absolutely.
hang out while we're having a couple drinks. That'd be
I'm cool with that
perfect.
too.
So
So yeah,
yeah, make sure to follow us on Instagram.
Instagram or Facebook.
Yeah.
We can do it on our Facebook
Yeah,
Live
either-
or
either
Instagram. I should be able to pull it up. I may be able to make it work where we can go live on both. So
Yeah. If we go live on both at the same time, I mean, we got like 1,000 people on Facebook. So
so we're good.
yeah, we can do one of the breweries, whether before or after Team Squad on Saturday.
Yeah.
Because we bowl at like 12:30, but if we get together beforehand or afterwards, or both, maybe, I don't know.
Yep.
It'd probably be easier to do. Well, afterwards we'd have something to talk about.
Yeah.
So we're going to go to a brewery after the tournament.
Yeah, the only thing we do
At
is do
some
like a
point.
preview of what we're gonna do.
As
And
long as there's food.
that'd be food.
We're gonna do something after team on Saturday. Anyway.
No matter what we do, I plan on doing a brewery. So
Yeah. So yeah.
all right.
Thanks, everybody. We will see you in a couple weeks, and follow us on the Instagrams and the Facebooks, and also check out our Discord server. That's some awesome stuff.
Yep.
Rosedall 10 or Haas 10 for 10% off a Cool Wick, unless it's a bulk order or a quick ship or a mystery box.
Did I say mystery box? Or this or that.
Yeah.
But one of
And-
those tins will save you 10% off.
Yeah, and if you have a big question, we did not get to the question about the. We'll cover
We
that
can
at
follow
some point.
up with you in private on that though.
Yeah, well, if you have something, I'll send an email back. But yeah, we can. If you have a longer question or something you don't necessarily want to get into on the YouTubes, then send us an email.
Hope everybody has a safe and happy Memorial Day, and don't do anything I wouldn't do. That says a lot. But yeah, we'll see you all Sunday. If you're an Indy 500 fan, go Marco Andretti. So
All right. Thanks, everybody. We will see you next time.